Welcome back to another episode of 40 Facts about the 40K universe. I am your host, Gershwan, and you are watching One Mind Syndicate. Today we're going to be talking about the Tau worlds. They are called Septs. We're going to be talking about them because it was a viewer request. We've covered these before in some of our other Tau videos, but this is the specific video for Tau Septs. If you guys have any suggestions for topic ideas regarding Warhammer 40K, please comment down below. It does not matter if we've already done them in the past. I know our old videos weren't as well spoken, I guess you could say. They weren't as good as they are now, so if you guys want us to redo anything, please suggest that down below. Don't forget to put suggestion followed by whatever topic you guys want us to create a new video for. Now let's get into 40 facts about Tau worlds. Each Tau Sept is a fully settled star system. It has its own unique cultural identity, but remains wholly integrated within the greater Tau culture. This cultural identity seems to mainly derive from which Tau caste is more numerous and influential in that given Sept. Currently, there are over 20 fully developed Tau Septs within the Tau Empire. Each Tau Sept has its own Sept badge. The rise of the Tau can be seen to develop through three distinct phases, periods of intense growth known to the Tau as spheres of expansion. Each of these waves of colonization is marked by a long building up of resources, after which continual waves of exploratory missions are launched, followed, where needed, by military campaigns to solidify territory gain. Once a colony transforms itself into a stable settlement, it then serves as a jumping-off point for the next expansion. By the end of the millennia-long First Sphere expansion, as it later became known, the Tau Empire had expanded across the heavens and consisted of 8 fully settled systems known as Septs. Named after its prime, or Sept world, a Sept can include any number of additional colonized planets, or moons, as well as other holdings such as listening posts, sensor fields, shield satellites, orbital cities, and mining operations. Everything is connected, both by a series of space stations and a massive net of communications and sensors relays strung between major locations. Although it might take many generations to establish itself, each Sept is unique, with its own cultural nuisance and varying proportions of the different castes and alien populations. As mentioned before, the First Sphere expansion of the Tau Empire began shortly after their species first achieved spaceflight capabilities. The Tau homeworld and the First Sphere colonies are of major economic and political importance to the Tau, and form the hub of the Tau Empire. Taunen, the first Tau Sept established in the Empire's history. Taunen has a chain of enormous orbital docks and controls the largest of the aircast space stations. Now every Sept hosts ships of the Tau fleet, but none can boast more than the Tau. In this Sept lies the most important planet in the Tau Empire, Tau, which is the homeworld of the Tau species in the star system of the same name, and the largest and most politically important Sept of the Tau Empire. The High Council, led by Ethereal Supreme Anva, convenes here, its decrees shaping the entire empire. Even after the growth of the Tau Empire into an interstellar civilization, Tau remains the center of the Tau culture and bureaucracy. No other Sept world can challenge the prestige of Tau, and only Vir-La can match its power. Tau was discovered and categorized by the Adeptus Mechanicus explorer vessel, Land's Visions, a few thousand standard years before the emergence of the Tau as a spacefaring race in the 39th millennium. Before the Imperium of Man could cleanse the planet of the then primitive Tau population, a freak warp storm occurred and effectively sealed the planet and the surrounding region off from contact with the rest of the galaxy. In the few thousand standard years since, the Tau underwent rapid technological evolution, emerging as a highly technologically advanced starfaring race, just as the warp storm dissipated in the 39th millennium. Tau is a warm, dry, and arid world. Preference for worlds with climates just like the one of Tau drives Tau colonizations towards certain planets and away from others. The next Sept created during the First Sphere expansion is Dione, named after the twin moons of its prime Sept world. Dione has survived long isolation due to a space storm of fierce and unnatural qualities. It has also seen many infamous orc invasions, having been isolated for such a long period of time from the Tau Empire. Its inhabitants are considered somewhat rustic and backwards. The first sphere expansion also saw the creation of the Sept world of Bork. It is the center of learning and academia, and its systems have many rich mining planets. Bork has a high percentage of Earth caste, and fire warriors from here are infrequently outfitted with prototype weapons and equipment. The next Sept on the list of the first sphere expansion is Dalith. Dalith Sept was ravaged during the Damocles Crusade. Many of its outer colonies and several cities on its prime Sept world were destroyed. It has recovered quickly thanks to its busy trade ports. Large number of aliens can be seen here, alongside its famously efficient water-caste merchants and diplomats. Sucia is another Sept created during the first sphere expansion. Many technological innovations have come from this Sept. Firecast warriors from Sucia are often the first to try out prototype weapons, armor, and system upgrades. Viorla is the planet that orbits a binary star, and its name translates as hot-blooded in Low Gothic. It is known to produce especially aggressive and skilled warriors. Many orc invasions have been broken by this Sept, and the most respected Firecast academies reside upon Viorla. Viorla was also known as the home of Oshova, known to the Imperium as Commander Farsight, before he abandoned the Empire to found the Farsight Enclaves, Tau colonies that exist outside the authority of the Tau Empire and its ruling caste of Ethereals. The final Sept to be founded during the first sphere expansion is Sucia. The prime world of Sucia is the hottest and most dense populated of all Tau worlds, producing more colonization fleets during the second sphere expansion than any other. Warriors of this Sept are regarded as particularly honorable. The second sphere expansion of the Tau Empire began in the 18th year of the 39th millennium, under the orders of the Ethereal Supreme Envoy of the Whispered Wisdom. With new advances in propulsion technology and an already established space empire, the second expansion is marked by more contact with aliens and larger wars. Around the 742nd year of the 41st millennium, the Tau Empire comes into conflict with the human Imperium of Man, who launches the Damocles Gulf Crusade in order to keep the Tau expansion into Imperial-controlled space in check. The retreat of Imperial forces marks the end of the second sphere expansion. Of note are the Sept established by the Firecast commander Farsight during this period. The first notable Sept established during the second sphere expansion is Autala. Autala Prime is a veteran and beautiful Sept where only honored heroes can retire. Nadras is another Sept world created during the second sphere expansion. For reasons unknown only to the Ethereals, this once thriving Sept has largely been abandoned. Its remaining inhabitants are regarded as untrustworthy and quick-tempered. Kalshan is another Sept world created during the second sphere expansion. Situated near the Purtus Rift, this Sept has suffered many invasions and is less trusting of aliens than any Tau world. The fleet and the Firecast forces of this world are only recently back to full strength after their clash with High Fleet Gorgon. Tau from this Sept have grown mistrustful, solemn, unfriendly, and sometimes openly hostile to alien races. Elsie-Ir is a densely populated Sept with many moons orbiting its prime world, most of which are mined for the valuable ores used for the construction of battlesuits. This Sept is known for its poetry and artwork. Its citizens are considered intellectuals and well respected for their creativeness by other Tau. The Earth caste is dominant on this Sept. Tashvar is another Sept world founded during the second sphere expansion, a frontier Sept. Those of Tashvar have been subjected to frequent orc invasions and pirate raids. As a result, its people have become tenacious and hardy. Vashya is known as the world between spheres. the Sept was settled near the end of the Second Sphere expansion, as it took a long period for the Earthcast machines to make their air breathable. Major aircast fleets and many defense platforms are docked around this Sept world. The last Sept, founded during the Second Sphere expansion, is Toluk. Toluk is known for its many large ethereal temples, as well as the alien institutes, where many alien ambassadors are brought to be instructed in the ways of the Tau culture and society before being assimilated back into their respective homeworlds. The Third Sphere expansion was begun by the Tau Empire on the 977th year of the 41st millennium, on the word of the ethereal supreme Aunva. The Fire Caste's commander, Shadowsun, was placed in command of this expansion, and has secured at least 2 new Septs for the Tau Empire. During the Site's campaign of the 999th year of the 41st millennium, Imperial Space Marine forces counterattacked against the Third Sphere expansion, seemingly drawing it to a halt. However, by this time, the Tau Empire had grown to about 133% prior to its size, largely as a result of the Imperium of Man's distraction during the 13th Black Crusade. After the withdrawal of Imperial forces from the campaign, the Third Sphere expansion continues to go on to this day. Given the stated size increase of the Tau Empire during this early period, the Third Sphere includes many more Septs currently unknown to the Imperial savants. Recognized Tau Septs settled during the Third Sphere expansion include Kissi Miyen. It is the first of a handful of new Septs. This Sept is one of many worlds previously claimed by the Imperium. Those human inhabitants who swore fealty to the greater good have been resettled deeper into the Tau Empire to assure their safety and their proper assimilation into the Empire. To learn more about these human traitors to the greater good, please check out our 40 facts on humans in Tau Empire. The colonists of this Tau Sept seem to be associated with luck and opportunistic subtlety. Another known Sept is Fiorios. The Tau occupying the prime world of this Sept wrestled it from the grip of an orc warlord, and cleansing the star system has proven quite costly. Fiorios is a Sept whose air and earthcast pioneers are recognized for a tenacious refusal to accept defeat, tempered by a stoic acceptance of the price of all must pay in the furtherance of the greater good. And finally, the last known Sept in the Third Sphere expansion is Mu Gultha Bay. It is the gateway to the Dover system, and the site of a famous Tau victory, led by both Commander Shadowsun and Aunva. Mu Glash Bay is well on its way to being established as a full-fledged Sept. And those were 40 facts about Tau worlds. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. There's going to be a part 2 where we talk about all the Tau worlds that aren't really considered Septs yet, as well as more Tau goodness. If you guys have any suggestions, like I said before, of topics that you guys want us to discuss, please comment down below. Put suggestion followed by whatever topic you want to talk about. And if you hate Tau, please comment down below and let me know how much you hate Tau, so that the Sound Alchemist can find out how much love there is for the Tau out there. So comment down below. It's going to be fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video. It really helps out the channel when you do that. And again, guys, you guys are awesome. Almost to 50,000 subscribers. Almost to another giveaway. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. This was Gersh1 with One Mind Syndicate, signing out.